Hyundai New Zealand are proud to take you to Twickenham for England versus the All Blacks.
The originals of 1905 were the first All Black side to come here to London and play England. And in that match played at Crystal Palace, Duncan McGregor scored 4 tries, still a record. The All Blacks won by 15-0. And since that time, the rivalry has been intense. But you now have to go back to 2003 to find the last time that England was successful. And the All Blacks will be hoping that run continues today as they endeavour to finish their 2012 campaign unbeaten. Welcome to Twickenham, where it's overcast, it's cold, but really conditions are pretty good for this final match of the Northern Tour. The All Blacks have already put Scotland, Italy and Wales away, and they want to continue that by beating England at Twickenham this afternoon. Before the teams come onto the park, let's have a look at them. And firstly, the All Blacks, and for their 14th and final test of the year, Steve Hansen has picked what he describes as his best possible team. From Cardiff last week, both Dan Carter and Kevin Mialamu are back from injury, while Brodie Retallick comes in for Luke Romano after the two have traded places all season. A number of these players are playing at Twickenham for the first time, but that is certainly not the case for Richie McCaw, his final test match before the much publicised sabbatical for the first 6 months of 2013. And England coach Stuart Lancaster has made some drastic changes since last year's World Cup. In fact, just 3 of the starting 15 began the game against the All Blacks here at Twickenham just 2 years ago. As always, the forward pack is big and strong, with tight-head prop Dan Cole the most experienced of the pack, while there'll be plenty of interest too on Owen Farrell, the man replacing Toby Flood in the number 10 shirt. And Chris Robshaw will lead England for the first time against the All Blacks. And to the benches, and the All Black reserve bench is predictable, with Coles Crockett and Falmawina to cover the front row, while Ben Smith, with his versatility, gets slotted to most places in the back line. While for England, Wellington-born Marco Vunipola is a front row sub, while last season's Highlander James Haskell is a familiar name. So those are the players who will be onto the park here at Twickenham before a capacity crowd in just a few minutes' time. And the entertainment just wrapping up. Tony Johnson is sideline. Afternoon, Tony.
Good afternoon, Nisbo. Yes, Jerusalem, they've all been singing, and suddenly Twickenham looks very full. Capacity yet again for the All Blacks, their final match of the year. Pitch here looks absolutely superb. They had a lot of rain last week, but the weather has cleared up in the last few days. It's a chilly afternoon, it's an overcast afternoon, but the players won't mind that at all. Superb conditions for this final test match of the year for Steve Hansen's All Blacks.
Yes, they've been talking all week about it. They don't want to fall over at the last hurdle, having come so far in 2012, beating Ireland 3 times, Australia twice, Springboks twice, Argentina twice, Scotland, Italy and Wales, and of course the draw against Australia. As Richie McCaw brings the All Blacks on to Twickenham. And as always, plenty of New Zealand support here at the grounds, with tour parties and of course those who live in this part of the world. There's Kieran Reid. What an outstanding season the big number 8 has had. He looks nice and relaxed. So the All Blacks are out there, and it won't be too long before they are joined by England. Chris Robshaw, plenty of pressure on the new England captain. Fair bit of criticism around about some of the decisions that he's made over the last couple of weeks. But no doubting his quality, his ability. And there is a fierce determination amongst the England team to put a good performance out here today. The last of the so-called autumn internationals, although it is officially the first day of winter here in the UK. Justin Marshall has joined me. Well, they call it the home of rugby. Twickenham, Justin, and I think rightly so.
Yeah, it certainly is. G'day everybody, it's nice to be here. I've just made my way up from down pitch side. The atmosphere down there is absolutely superb. The expectation levels are high. I think we should just let these players get on with it and hopefully get an entertaining game.
Yes, well, they're forming up in front of the main stand for the anthems. Always great anticipation. New Zealand against England.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please be standing for the national anthem of New Zealand, led by Camilla Kersley.
Give it full voice in Cardiff, and the English most certainly do too at Twickenham. Much publicised virus going through the New Zealand camp earlier in the week. Happy to report that it's all cleared up now, 24-hour virus, and the players are rearing to go as they prepare to do the haka for the last time in 2012. Tuolangi loved it. And I think the haka lasted slightly longer than Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
It certainly did. Well, I had the fortune of just talking to Tana Umanga actually, and he was talking about both the hakas, kapa, paponga. Well, that is something that's been unique to this team since his involvement, and he said that they sometimes save it for a special occasion and a team in particular they want to beat. I think that's why we saw it.
Absolutely. Final match for the All Blacks in 2012 as George Clancy signals time on, and the 35th time that these two nations have played each other. And Joe Launchbury takes it down for England, and Ben Youngs gets it away, and they move it immediately through Owen Farrell right in centre field, and already creating a little bit of space as Launchbury makes a good run. He's had a couple of early touches. Ben Youngs again gets it across to Farrell, and shifting the ball wide early, which is a good sign, but a very good tackle made in there by Carter. England still on their own side of halfway now. Youngs forced to go to the boot, but he's overcooked this, and Dag easily inside the 22 claims the mark.
Dag does take that easily. It was too far. Very industrious, positive start from England, and then they resorted back to script where they kicked the ball aimlessly. Speaking of aimlessly, Dag's not found touch.
It's been taken down by Ben Morgan. Now the kick and chase from Alex Good, but again he's gone a bit far as well. And Aaron Smith works it away. And the kick made by Corey Jane. Now here is Owen Farrell. Great expectations on this young man. Kieran Reid has gone back in defence. Now Dag, a little bit of pressure from Farrell, and he gets it across the touchline for the first line out of the game, just on the England side of halfway. Very cool afternoon, but really conditions couldn't be better. So here's Tom Youngs. Halfback Ben playing at brother Ben playing at halfback at least. Good take there by Launchbury, so he's been involved quite a lot early on. Kick by Farrell. This one has put a bit of pressure on. Bouncing back and claimed by Tuolangi. Now Barrett has the ball knocked out of his hand, and it's claimed by McCaw. Now Aaron Smith, and with the All Blacks working in front of their post. Well, that's charged from the boot of Nonu, who gets a second shot at it though. And he's actually quite a good punter of the ball, but offside against England. And the first penalty goes to the All Blacks.
Some good early touches from Joe Launchbury. He's been one of the best players for England so far this year, the young lock from London Wasps. He's a big man, but he's a good ball carrier and regarded as a real prospect on the rise.
First kick by Dan Carter, safely into touch. And that was a fairly flat kick made by Farrell. Savia was able to knock it back. It went to Tuolangi briefly. Now Kevin Mialamu. It's a bit untidy. Retallick coming through. In fact, it's very untidy. And kicked through. And looks like it might be England ball.
Good early pressure from England. They got forward before, we just saw on the kicking game of New Zealand. Now they're up and competing. It's not clean for the All Blacks. From there they disrupt. They're in the face of the New Zealanders, trying to not give them the time that they want to get their game plan moving.
Young throws. Line out working okay early on for England. Now they're going to try and put a drive on this All Black team, and it's not a bad one either. They've made a fair few metres here, and in pretty good formation. Kevin Mialamu goes in and tries to isolate the ball carrier. Now they get him to ground. 15 metres on the All Black side of halfway, and it was up off the ground, and therefore a turnover ball.
Well, some great work in there by Brodie Retallick. He was the man who drove through the middle of the ruck, got his arms wrapped around the ball, and from there they were battling not just to keep it going forward, but to get it back. So really good work from Retallick.
Ball channeled back by Reid. Now here's Carter. He'll change of direction. A lot of space down that left wing side. Drifting back after it is Mike Brown. Normally a fullback. Confronted by Corey Jane. Got away nicely. And good run by Mike Brown. The man from Harlequins. He's made good ground now. A low probing kick by Owen Farrell. And Dag is able to keep it in the field of play. And the referee's gone all the way back here. And penalty.
Oh, that was good from Mike Brown. As you mentioned, unaccustomed to playing on the wing. His spot is fullback, but he showed the attacking prowess of a fullback there. He took the right opportunity to get rid of Corey Jane, and from there got them in over the advantage line. And the kick from there was a good one. And Dag was unable to make much of it because they went back for the penalty.
Penalty kick. It looks like it's short. It is claimed by Jane. Now the kick forward by Carter, landing around about the halfway line. And it looks like it's been taken down by Morgan for England. Now the kick into some space. And Dag having to get across, confronted by Brown. And in the face of Brown, he gets a good-looking left foot kick away. Claimed again by Morgan. He in turn hands it off to Ben Youngs. And England putting themselves under a bit of pressure. Morgan again to Youngs. So England in possession, just on their own side of halfway. And now Ben Youngs again. Farrell again looking to get it in behind. But Dag in good position. And the kick made by Jane, but he's put it out on the full.
Well, it's not too bad from Farrell. England are actually doing quite good with the ball in the hand. They've got to be careful, though, about this predictable kicking game. The All Blacks have got 4 players set back waiting for that kick. This is the Brown break. He steps well around Corey Jane, then heads back infield, which is a good option because he goes back. You can see those white jerseys towards support. Good footwork, good step. And if he can get more ball in hand, then he could be dangerous down that flank.
About 7 minutes gone, and that didn't look overly straight, but good enough. Here is Tuolangi. He'll try and bust in midfield, but net by Nonu. And well controlled there, Ben Youngs. As England continue to give the ball a little bit of air. Alex Good is up from fullback, and penalty against England. And deliberately kicking the ball away too.
You've got to like the way that England are playing. Tuolangi, they're definitely going to use him as that crash centre. Try and get over the advantage line with him. That's going to be a great contest all day as the defensive systems work. 12 pushes out onto 13, so it'll be Nonu on Tuolangi all day, which should be mouth-watering in itself, but he dealt with that very well, did Nonu, and from there, England still showing that ambition. Ball drifted wide to Good, and his attack was great. That's good line out. Their set pieces started very well, England. They've dominated the early parts of this game. New Zealand got a chance now to get their attack going.
There's really good opportunity as the throw is nicely controlled by Messam, and the All Blacks threatening to get towards the 22 for the first time as Smith gets it, hands it off to Reid in a set move, and they remain in centre field as Smith off to Messam again. Good England defence going nice and low. All Blacks looking for quick recycle. Now they get it. Here's Carter. Hands it on to Woodcock. And the All Blacks again being patient in the build-up. Retallick. He's had a really big season, Brodie Retallick. Aaron Smith has as well. Here's Conrad Smith. Taken down in a good tackle by Owen Farrell. The core is there. Again, it's for the big men, Retallick and Reid. Good strong defence again. Probing away, Carter drops it onto the boot. Now here's Corey Jones, so good in the air, and he got the pass off, and he's got a penalty. As got a penalty against the All Blacks.
Oh, I wonder what for.
Now, we're not hearing the referee.
No, so you probably can't hear him back at home either, so that makes it difficult to quite understand.
Oh, I'm hearing him now.
Me too.
So it must have been offside, Justin.
Yeah, you'd have to think it was. Everything else looked fine. The challenge from Corey Jane, then the offload. Messon was free, he was gone. It was good from Carter, he didn't really have a lot else on. English defence is very good at the moment. What they're doing, they're going in low and they're chopping them hard, putting the shoulder on. Because of that, New Zealand are going to ground quickly, which stops the offloading game. That's what they need to do all day, England, because New Zealand's strength is their ability to offload in the tackle, string the passes together, and then really bring the defence in to attack out wide.
Tom Young throws again, and England through Big Joe Launchbury, making a couple of metres down towards halfway. No score in the game, 10 minutes gone at Twickenham, and the kick made by Ben Youngs. Not a lot of distance on this. Corey Jane comes flying in and rips it away, and it's up, and I think the All Blacks might have it, and there's a desperate search for it, and well, it's possibly grabbed by an English player. Well, of course it was taken from the kick, wasn't it? So All Black ball, great effort again by Corey Jane.
He just commits, Corey Jane. He makes a decision nice and early. You watch him, he'll come into frame here. He's committed to taking this, even though sometimes you think that's too far away from me. Look at that skill. He goes up, leads with that front leg. By leading with that front leg, he puts it out. There's a knee, there's a foot coming at you. As a player that's contesting that, you feel a little bit vulnerable, because unless you're in good position, you're going to wear it somewhere on your body. So apart from that, it's also a skill level, and then being able to catch it, because you are in the air, you are off balance. He's so very good, and he's decisive, which is what you like about the way he makes a decision and takes responsibility for catching it.
Just a bit of a delay while Launchbury had some attention paid to him. Just do get the feeling at line-out time, England are trying to disrupt the rhythm of the game. They're taking a lot of time to get to the set pieces. Same at the scrum. Just trying to disrupt the All Black rhythm.
So the All Blacks backline set nice and flat. Corey Jane is just inside Dan Carter. Sevilla is right across on the wing. This flat back attack that we've seen recently.
Right, Smith gets it away to Carter. Carter again with a flat kick across field. Sevilla coming smartly, and the ball's been lost into touch by Alex Good. Now England are a bit wary of the All Blacks going quickly. But again, a beautifully judged kick. It really didn't leave Alex Good with very much that he could do.
No, it certainly did. And the scrum was good from New Zealand. Perfectly timed kick from Carter. When we talk about the perfect timing of the kick, it's actually how high he kicks it. He kicks it flat enough that there's no time for Good to catch it and then do something with it, because Sevilla was right on him. Even though he didn't have to jump for it, he just gave him no other option.
Well, he took it into touch, but it's going to be a scrum. The ruling is he actually lost the ball and then it went into touch. So this is a good platform for the All Blacks.
Exactly the same setup from the back line. Sevilla again is the man who's the key.
So Smith gets it in. Quick ball as always. Reed away to Smith. Now Nonu. Here is Savia. Bounces one out of the road. That was Tuolangi. Now Smith put under a fair bit of pressure. Been tidied up though by Nonu, and off goes Nonu. Drops the pass off to Woodcock. Good run. Inside the 22 goes Tony Woodcock. And now here it is for Carter. Quick hands from Whitelock to McCaw. Been lost forward by England. And the English defence is flying up, which is all very well, as long as they can make the first tackle.
That's right, and they are making the first tackle at the moment, but what they're doing is they're making it with some force. The shoulder's going in. This was very lucky for New Zealand. This is the contact. Watch the ball here. McCaw can't see Brown coming through. If Dag doesn't get his hand to that, I think Brown does, and he is gone for all money. Watch this. Off Dag. He would have regathered that and could have been gone.
Yes, that's a near thing for sure.
Let's go seconds. Crouch! Touch!
Now a split back line here for the All Blacks.
Hang on, stand down, we'll have it again.
So as we see it here directly,
You need to bind up immediately on the case, get it long.
we can definitely hear the ref now, which is great. He's talking about the bind from both props on that tight head side. And England's tight head side. Good is the man who's directly in behind the scrum. At the moment, New Zealand have an advantage, numerical advantage to the left as we look at. You can see that there. See Severe over there, right on the touch. It's on for them to go left. And a good ball.
Again, it's a solid platform as Reid. Well, a change of direction. Carter drags it in nicely. Now Nonu can't. Yes, he almost got away, but couldn't in the end from Tuolangi. That's going to be a good scrap all afternoon for sure. Now Aaron Smith. Here's Whitelock again. This time Mia Lamu ploughs through an early tackle. And Smith goes again. They've caught them offside. Good work by Aaron Smith. It's all about the pace of the turnover. England were too slow to get back. And they have been caught. And it's Vivisiero, Alex Vivisiero, who has been caught and lazy running. Here's the call. Just look over the speed here.
He's probably quite unlucky there, to be fair. It's not his fault what he's done. He's been in that breakdown area. As a player, you're taught get out of there as quick as you can. He had already got back to his feet. It was what it was. It was just very clever from Aaron Smith. He milked that.
Yeah, he milked it beautifully. The other thing too is that little slip pass from one big forward to another, already threatening to break that England defence. That time it was Kevin Mialanu slipping through. Now Carter, I tell you, I watched him practice out here yesterday, looking for signs that maybe that Achilles was still troubling him. He was banging them over from everywhere. That was yesterday.
Yes, in doubt earlier in the week, but seemed to be running freely, certainly at the last training run on Thursday. So Dan Carter, the first kick of the day. And he's just dragged it away. So, a miss by Dan Carter. No score in the game, and about 16 gone here at Twickenham. So Farrell from the 22. Gets it up nice and high. That's a good kick. Well claimed, though, by Whitelock. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. So the All Blacks having a good spell with the possession so far. Now Dang hands it on Nonu. And he in turn gets it away to Conrad Smith, running strongly. Got through a couple of tackles. 10 out from the 22. The All Blacks go quickly again through Carter. Reid on to Retallick. Hard into the contact area. Goes Retallick. And this time it's against the All Blacks. They're hanging on. Not sure that Jeff Parling was on his feet, but anyway, referee right there, George Clancy, and he said penalty England.
That was good from the All Blacks. Conrad Smith well in behind the advantage line, but equally as good from the England defence. Launchbury was the man. You can see there he's just feeling the effects of the knock, who made a very good tackle which enabled the turnover to happen. But look at that from Whitelock. He basically loses support in the finish, and the ball was almost lost to him, but he showed the skill level to hold on to it. Here's the Smith break. So he had the inside man, and Kevin Mialamu shows to him. Farrell does well to drag him down, but doesn't quite get a hold of him. So he's able to get back to his feet, grab a few more extra yards. And Tuolagi comes in there, but watch the tackle. Launchbury goes in hard, bang, in there, gets his head in the wrong place. That is a legitimate penalty. It was good work over the top there, and they earned that very well by good defence, England.
Subsequent penalty has been drilled into touch by Farrell. And England will have a line out 10 metres on the All Black side of halfway. A lot of this game being played between the 22s.
Shortened line out, Rob Shaw and Morgan out there. Expect Morgan to carry. He's very good with ball in hand. He needs it on the front foot.
So Tom Young's to throw, and he's thrown straight to the All Blacks, and gratefully accepted by Whitelock. Now here's the skipper, Richie McCaw, crunches it up. Now Aaron Smith, Carter, and the test here, and easily contained by Good. Got away from Nonu and freed the pass off to Barrett. Nonu continued to run though, and made the tackle on his opposite Barrett. Now England with a bit of a chance down the left wing side. Here's Morgan, and he goes straight at Jane and Carter, and played right on the halfway line as Farrell works it across. Lay back for Ben Youngs again. Again Farrell goes to the air, but he's kicked it far too Israel Dag, and he has time to turn around and belt it away downfield. Buy the All Blacks a bit of time. And here is Alex Good of the Saracens, just his sixth test match. He finds the touch. But if anything, Farrell just a little bit too far.
Yeah, he can't go there because there's 3 or 4 All Blacks waiting back nice and deep. He's got to go short like they did before, make it contestable. Yes, Corey Jane did take that kick that Young's made earlier well, but that's the hardest place to catch, and at the moment it's down their throat.
Throw by Mialamu, read very quickly. Now Carter looking to challenge the line as the All Blacks come wide. Quick hands, Jane in a bit of space. Corey Jane stays on his feet beautifully and tries to get it back in field. And it's been tidied up by Savia as the All Blacks look to go wide. Now the little kick over the top, but he hasn't got enough in it. Aaron Smith, and I'm not sure that any of the All Blacks knew what was coming there either.
Well, the worst thing about it is, you know, there is a possibility you can get some change out of a kick like that if everyone's aware. Not to say they weren't, but the biggest problem was you can see all these players making their way back in now. That's a great shot of it with forwards, the Franks and co. It was on to go left, big time, and that needed to be shifted.
Well, England would have been hoping for early points. They've got, I guess, the second best option, and that's they've managed to keep the All Blacks scoreless for almost 20 minutes.
Mialamu throws quickly, not straight.
So both units have had their problems with the line out. The moment England's set piece doesn't look too bad, that's not straight from Mialamu. You can see why that was pulled back. Corey Jane was the man the All Blacks were looking to hit. But England now, they need to get some variation going. At the moment they've gone crash, and then Farrell's kicked it too far. For me, they really need to try and fatigue this All Black defence. Try and hold it for 7+ phases. Farrell's nice and flat. Tuolagi's got to be the man to go to.
Solid looking England scrum, but they do pride themselves on it. And now they've got the All Blacks, presumably for turning the scrum on the angle. There's Dan Cole, who's something of a veteran, I guess, in this England front row. It's a good kick by Farrell, and so England have a genuine chance now inside the 22.
Well, good point. As we watch the scrum, you can see that he's got Woodcock on the loose head side for pouring in, going in on the angle. And you can see there that he probably did. It was a bit of a mess anyway, but England got the good hit, which was their advantage. But they've got to take their chances. You mentioned chances, Nisbo. If England are going to win this, they've got to take every single one.
So Tom Young's to throw, and he finds Parling. And now the crowd really getting him behind England. And this is looking pretty promising. It's up and it's in useful formation.
They're legal, those players, they're legal.
It's held by Morgan at the moment. He's the guy in the headgear. He wants it used, Clancy. And they were told.
That's poor. No, I can't agree with that. You can be told to use it, but if the maul is still using it going forward, you are using it.
It stopped and then it started moving forward again. I told you it's going to have to use it.
No, it's poor. He's wrong there. You've heard that. I can't agree with that. I can feel what Ben Youngs was thinking. He said use it, but then the maul restarted again for the second time. That is using it. When it goes forward like that, that can go to ground after this. I feel for them there.
Yep. Disappointing. So defensive scrum. No score. 18 minutes remaining until half-time. And Reid will hand the ball up to Smith. Oh, charge. And it was Tom Wood, the man who played for North Otago a few years ago. So the All Blacks haven't cleared it yet. Mialamu throws. Oh, nice work. He had to stretch across. Here comes Nonu thumping it up in centre field.
Stay.
And now Israel Dag. Oh, he's off the side of the boot. Not one of his better kicks.
Well, that was very good pressure. You can hear the crowd, TJ. They're starting to fire up. Very good pressure. This is the charge down from the England defence. Brad Barrett He's a very, very good tackler. As we watch that charge down, which led to the fact that England have been able to put pressure on in defence. Barrett, as I mentioned, he'll tackle everything that runs straight at him all day. They need to manipulate him better because he's a good, solid tackler. He nailed Nonu, which forced this mistake.
So Tom Young's to throw. The All Blacks allow Parling to bring it down. And they're going to have another go at this rolling maul, which worked pretty well for them last time. Now here's Morgan off the side. Got himself isolated though. And it's an advantage. Now Cole hands it off to Rob Shaw. England's best chance of the game so far. And now Ben Youngs away to Farrell. Trying to twist his way through his Brown. And he's doing a good job too. Here's Mike Brown. Quick ball required. And off it goes, and Ashton's blown it.
Back here, advantage wasn't over.
Chris Ashton, well, there's no guarantee he would have scored, but he would have gone very close.
Especially under advantage. It doesn't matter if you get pushed out and touch. Chris Ashton, just hold the ball.
Off the feet.
As you can hear Clancy just saying that, I think definitely Reid was off his feet and possibly McCaw as well. He's got that right. England got well in behind with Morgan, who, as mentioned, is a good ball carrier. What you like about the way that England are playing, watch these hands. Chris, ball out in front, hands from Morgan, hands from Good. You've got to hold that.
Well, you mentioned it before, Justin. Not only are the crowd finding their voice, but you can just look out there and sense some belief starting to really seep into the England players. They're very animated at the moment. They feel they've got the All Blacks under pressure, and that should have been a try.
Boy, I tell you what, if Good had held that pass, if he had dummied, because Severe made a decision, then decided against it, I think Good was through.
Let's keep it positive, okay?
So here's Owen Farrell, and England have scored the first points. So Dan Carter with about 14 and a half remaining in the first half. The kickoff is made. Good work by Kieran Reid. He got a hand on it, and it fell for Owen Franks. Now Mialamu pops it up, and McCaw goes charging in. Aaron Smith, now Carter. Pass goes off to Nonu. He's been well contained so far. Aaron Smith again. Here's Carter looking to get into a bit of space. Ducks under one tackle, then lays it back.
Advantage.
And advantage against Morgan. And he just couldn't help himself.
With a tackle, he came in the side.
Couldn't help himself, Ben Morgan. The ball was sitting there, and he came in on the angle and has conceded the penalty, which should result in Carter having a shot.
Well, it's a bit silly, really. They've just put together 10 or so minutes of really good play. He just couldn't help himself. And you can see the frustration of the coach there. All that good work could be wiped out in the space of just seconds.
Yeah, but you've got to also give credit, I guess, Tony, to New Zealand. You know, they conceded points, and then the kickoff was beautifully accurate. Look at this. Watch Reid. He goes up, wins it, gets the ball back. Franks does very well. Good skill level there. Then the ball shifted, and they strike back straight away. It's what the All Blacks have been so good at this year. They never let the other team take the initiative in games. They strike back, particularly when scored against, and they do it quickly. Not that he's kicked it yet. Nisbo?
No, well, he missed his first one, Dan Carter. Always looks harder when you see it from this fairly low angle, but it is a fairly handy kick for Carter. And, oh my goodness, this time he's gone the other way.
At that last look there, he came around the side of it. I don't want you to interfere with the scrum half. You know what I mean?
Long kickoff. Taken down by Dagg, and the All Blacks will chase the high kick from Israel Dagg, which will come down around about the 10 metres line in England territory. And very nicely done by Good. And England through Mike Brown go up the centre. Now Ben Youngs. Rob Shaw hands it on, but the defence is up very quickly, led by Messam. Ben Youngs. Again, the kick is made, but again, it's down the throat of Dag. And off it goes to Savia, and they'll look to launch from here, and off goes Savia, finding Nonu in space, out wide. Little kick and chase from Nonu, and the ball finally in touch from Alex Good. Once again, England overcooking the kick.
Yeah, they're going to have to get it right, because they're just giving New Zealand too much room. This is well read from Nonu. Spotted the space back there. Good, you'd have to say, did well to shut it down, but it's launched this attack.
Quickly taken line out, and the All Blacks looking to play the game at pace, but a loose pass snapped up by Conrad Smith. There's the 22 looming, and Smith releases for Aaron Smith. Now Dag. The All Blacks probing away here as Carter hands it off to Whitelock. On the charge goes Kieran Reid. Aaron Smith again. Now Carter. Nonu. Here's Mialamu. England defence holding up nicely. Smith taken down. Lays it back. Again for Aaron Smith. Now Carter. No room in close. Good work by Tom Youngs. As Smith gives it off to Kieran Reid. He drops it off and turned to Messam. Now here's Aaron Smith. Farrell didn't read the dummy, or didn't buy the dummy.
Turnover.
And England through Good. And a quick kick. But again down the middle. Fielded by Savia. Now here's Dag on his own 10 metres line. And Israel Dag takes it to the line. Gets good support from McCaw. And the All Blacks have it once more. Savia stayed in close. And a good twin tackle on him as Aaron Smith clears it off. Long period of play here, which the All Blacks won't mind. Sam Whitelock goes to the 10 metres line. And Aaron Smith feeds it across to Conrad Smith. Aaron Smith again. Just shifting it. Mialamu leaves it behind. Cleaned out quickly. Here's Savia again. Good tackle by Morgan. England defence being called on loose. Terrible pass. And Israel Dag couldn't hang on to it. And, well, England's defence is up to it.
Not only is their defence up to it, their physicality at the breakdown. If you watch what they're doing at the breakdown, they're making every single ball that New Zealand are trying to get back hard to get to. They're hitting the rucks with some vigour. They're coming from legally from behind. There's feet, there's arms, there's contact. They're staying upright, and it's making it difficult for New Zealand to get good ball presentation. So Smith's scrambling it away, and then they're coming forward aggressively on defence. At the moment, they're making their tackles, which is making it work.
Okay, so let me show you're supporting your own body weight. Jimmy, you tried to have a pop and you didn't get it.
A couple of players down. One of them you just saw there was Jeff Parling. The other is Dan Cole.
Well, that's what Farrell brings to number 10. This is really good work too by the English front rower, but Farrell's force in the tackle, that's what really set up that opportunity.
Time back on scrum here, not gone by Black.
Question about whether he was supporting his body weight, but quite happy to give the penalty, or rather allow him to do it. The referee penalty.
Down the middle. Down the middle.
Farrell's a very physical player.
He's born in Wigan. The heart of rugby league territory in the north of England. England scrum screwing round untidy. Finally off goes Ben Youngs. Now here's Tuolangi. Nonu makes the tackle on Manu. Tuolangi. Now a drive up the middle from the skipper, Chris Robshaw. Now that's a better kick. But in the end it sits up for Dag. And Israel Dag can take it to the setup. 12 metres on the All Black side of halfway, and the penalty for not releasing. England playing very well, it's got to be said, at the moment.
Yeah, well, again, I did question the kick. It was better because it was a different style of kick, which challenged Dag a bit more. But in theory, look at all these black players that are coming back. They should have secured this. It's just very good work from Wood. Who there, he's on the black headgear, he's on his feet, and the New Zealand cleaners didn't do a good enough job at securing that.
Just be careful, because the ball came out there, okay? But you got to be careful that it doesn't go through 90 and I don't see an infringement. I'll keep an eye on that,
So attention back on Owen Farrell, who's landed his only goal so far. This one's slightly more difficult. Carter 0 for 2 so far. So here's Farrell. Oh, he's a good kicker. He's landed his second. 6-0.
Well, as we watch New Zealand again, they'll go to the split kick-off. That's very good from Farrell. The young man under pressure is taking the opportunities, which we said England need to do at the moment. They are.
So Dan Carter restarts. And this time it's taken down. Oh, hang on. Well, surely the player was going for the ball.
There's nothing in it. Nothing in it for me.
Kieran Reid saying that he was involved, but
not that way.
Well, I'm not sure about this. Let's have a look, eh?
I think he was just competing for the ball. Watch Reid. He's got his eyes on the ball. He's tried to tap it back with one hand. His eyes aren't on the player. He's harshly done by there. That's just a collision. Reid's shoulder hits the shoulder of Launchbury, and there's no intent in that whatsoever. It shouldn't even be a penalty.
Captain, I'll give you guys the same protection at kick-off time, okay? Let's go, Gilbert!
Well, George Clancy saying he'll give the All Blacks the same protection. Just want to get to a point where England do kick off at some point.
Tiddlywinks springs to mind, Nisbo. Somebody said that once before, haven't they?
Yeah. So, 6-0. About 6 minutes remaining in the first half. And good work by Wood. And England... got it up off the ground here. It's a maul. Now, if it doesn't come back, it'll be All Black ball. And it should be there for Ben Youngs. Finally comes out. Hands it off to his brother, Tom. And that's a good run. Got up and went again. Good strength. Now Ben Youngs again. Now Rob Shaw. While it goes to Launchbury. And he's got himself round the park a bit too, has Joe Launchbury. Now England through Jeff Parling. Now Ben Youngs, Farrell. Here is Tom Youngs again. Lays it back for Ben Youngs. Now Rob Shaw. And Tuilagi almost in the gap.
Carter.
All loose. It's all over the place.
Well, not only a great tackle by Dan Carter, who's getting off the deck a little gingerly here, but also Kevin Mialamu, because the work wasn't done. England was still pressing forward, and Mialamu got in there, got a hand on it, and won a very important turnover.
Well, this is the work of Tom Youngs. Great leg drive. He stays on his feet. Difficult to bring to ground. He's the one who got it set up, but that is a genius of a tackle from Carter. Tuilagi, if that... I know you're talking about Mialamu, but if that tackle's not made, Tuilagi is gone.
All right. Okay. Can't stop forever.
Another England player down, being attended to.
Here left. Is that correct?
Well, it's Youngs. Any wonder he's carried the ball there with vigour 2 or 3 times. He looked good on attack there. It was a nice little short ball that almost put Tuilagi away there from Owen Farrell.
They're cleaning out really well too, Justin. It's enabling them to keep the forwards going. They're pick and going. The pick and go is really effective, but it's because the tackle players getting support straight away.
Yeah, excellent point. And they're staying on their feet, which is the key element to it. Good, strong body positions.
And this time it's an All Black
drop the bind here.
penalty. Dropping the bind was Dan Cole across on the tight head side of the England scrum.
He dropped the bind.
So a relieving penalty here for the All Blacks. With about 4 minutes remaining until half time.
Let him.
Short line out again for the All Blacks. The core and Messam are the two out in the back line.
Stay 9.
So Nialamu lobbing it towards the back. Oh, it's too far. He's thrown it miles too far. Now there's a chase back. Corey Jane has a look over his shoulder to see how much time he's got. And he's worked well with Israel Dag. And they've tidied up really nicely. But that was very untidy from the line out.
So, very well read from Youngs that time. The overthrow, he was on it quickly. He defends at the back of the line out as a halfback. So he's standing on the 15. So he was right there. See him there? Johnny on the spot there for the overthrow. He's standing there to be the first defender out off the line out.
Oh, yeah.
Times the kick perfectly. And a chance here for England, I think, to launch one more assault on the All Black line. I'd imagine a drive.
Very important 3 minutes. As taken down by Jeff Parling. And yes, here they are. It's a long way out, mind you. They're only about 15 metres from halfway.
Okay.
Trying to get something going through Launchbury.
All those back players are legal.
Shifting it back. Now they give it to Ben Youngs. Off it goes to Farrell. Tuolangi in a bit of space. Drops the pass off to Good. Taken down by Nonu. Good scrap going on for the loose ball. Now a flat pass to Rob Shaw.
Advantage.
Oh, it's a penalty. Penalty advantage. Slowing it down. Here's a drop kick from Farrell. And the drop kick is over. 9-0.
Good, sensible call here from Farrell. He recognised they had the penalty advantage. No harm in taking the drop kick. I thought Retallick was harshly done by for that advantage. There's his father, Andy Farrell. He'll be pleased with the cool-headedness so far of his son, directing this England forward pack.
So Carter kicks off again. This time the All Blacks let Launchbury take it. They're a bit wary, I think, of challenging.
Well, I've been saying how England were looking to slow the game down. They absolutely sprinted back after that. They're just growing in confidence all the time.
Now here's the All Blacks looking to launch. Savia, oh, he's well and truly drilled in the tackle. They've got to be careful they don't give away another penalty here just before half-time as Aaron Smith works it away. There's a charge by Liam Messam. Nialamu in there trying to...
He's on his feet.
Looks like England might have ripped this away, I think. And they have. So England back in possession. They've got about a minute. They're in All Black territory. Quickly handed on by Parling to Tom Youngs. England are well worth their lead at the moment. And there'll be plenty of said in the dressing room, I'm sure, at half-time. Here's Good up there. Ben Youngs waiting. Firstly, it's Rob Shaw, though. Ben Youngs works it off to Tom Youngs. Now Parling. Back it goes to Barrett. Ben Youngs again. Inside in the last minute. Just seconds, in fact. England camped around halfway. It's a long way up for a drop kick.
Advantage offside.
Oh, Retallick again.
Another offside. So they will get a shot at goal.
Advantage is.
Well,
and then also another player in around the top of the area.
Yeah, he's right in what he's saying. He did penalise Corbacero earlier in the game for a similar thing, just being in the way at the breakdown, sort of lazy running. Retallick just got himself in the wrong place, really. I don't think he was under any intent to be a nuisance and be in the wrong place, but he was. As simple as that, and a chance for Farrell to really strike a blow just before half-time. This is it here. You can see the drop goal. In fact, we're seeing from Farrell, very well taken. Look at that, it's well and truly down the middle.
Let's keep working on the position of the scrum. Into the head, shoulders above the hips on engagement.
Here's his father, the big smile on the face.
Yeah.
Taught him everything he knows, I bet he's saying.
That was his first ever drop goal in international rugby. Owen Farrell, now he's in a slightly different role. He's got the ball on the ground and looking to make it 12-0 at half-time. And that's a long way back. So here is Owen Farrell as things go strangely quiet. And the kick is a beauty. 3 penalty goals and a drop goal by Owen Farrell, and England go to the half-time break leading by 12 points to 0. Okay, George Clancy has the whistle, checking, and everyone's ready to roll. Here we go, second half at Twickenham, and Owen Farrell gets us going, and England get a hand on it, and that's fair enough too. And so they're going to have the first touch of the ball early in the second half. And here's a run by Morgan at least getting down towards the 22. Now Ben Youngs works it off, and gee whiz, Tom Youngs has been quite outstanding, the hooker. So much aggression and vitality, but it was a maul. It was called a maul early, and it's going to be All Black ball.
It's a tough one. Again, we've talked about this law. What I don't like about it is the leg drive. So this is the win. They go up very well, England here. They win the ball back. From there, they attack down the right-hand side, down the blind. You can see the tap back there against Retallick.
Respect the set.
And Tom Youngs, who's carried the ball excellently so far in this game, what he's shown is good leg drive. So he's actually still moving forward. And as he goes to the ground, it's just because All Blacks are on top of him. It's a turnover. But that's the rules, and they're playing to them.
That was nice work by Kieran Reid. Oh, here we go.
You just went straight down there. Straight down the engage.
Well, he's got Ben Franks by the looks of things. You wonder why, and I've often wondered why would an attacking team collapse a scrum? Well, I mean, how would you know?
He's certainly the first player to ground there. What I can't take umbrage with is his consistency. He earlier on, he got Dan Cole for the same thing, where it looked like simultaneously they went down. He penalised Cole because he perceived he went down first, and that time that's the square up. That's what happens. You can't fault his consistency, I guess. Franks was definitely the first man down. Whether or not technically he was at fault, we'll never know, and I'll never know. But this is a big moment, isn't it? You mentioned it.
Yep.
New Zealand needed to score first. They ill-afforded let England do it. If Farrell can bang this over, then that really puts the game into an interesting situation.
Well, he hasn't looked like missing so far.
Just don't need you appealing for penalties like that.
Oh, he's bang on. Bang on. $15-0, and we've only been going 3 minutes, second half.
And those goalposts are starting to look very wide apart for Owen Farrell. Beautiful kick on the angle.
So the All Blacks kick off. First time in opposition territory in the second half, and they'll really come out battling now. And here's Carter shifting it on for Dag. Just look how quickly this England defence comes up. And he's got an advantage here against the All Blacks for whatever reason.
Still playing the advantage. I'm still playing it.
Still playing advantage. It's a long one. And England looking to run it out. And here goes Farrell. That's a forward pass. Got it away to Ben Youngs. And the ball lost forward.
I don't think Carter's right. I don't know, TJ, have you been keeping an eye on him? For me, he looks like he's just favouring the leg a little bit. Good got around him very easily there. He knows.
Get that shoulder up for me.
He knows that, but this is the offloading game that England are showing. It's very good. The hands are nice. They're under pressure, under the pump. There's Carter, gets done there quite easily. Albeit maybe he slipped. I agree that was slightly line ballish, but they're looking to break out from everywhere, England.
Touch! Set! Break it up. Break it up.
Well, there are signs of movement on the All Black bench, but
Two out here. Out here.
who's up doing some stretches is Luke
What it needs to
Romano.
do is both need to go straight, okay? Get the shoulder up.
He may be okay, Tony. It may be the slip that caught me back, that he just looked off balance and maybe not quite right, but I think his boots may have slipped away from him, so I'll take that back. I think he might be okay.
Well, let's see what he can do from this central scrum position. He's standing directly behind the scrum. Now Reid, here is Carter. And Carter running strongly, off it goes to Salvia. And well marked today. Now Mialamu. Now Aaron Smith for Carter. Nonu just not able to penetrate. England defence absolutely outstanding. Here goes Aaron Smith looking to spark something. Now Tony Woodcock, he's not going anywhere either. Aaron Smith goes again. They'll keep coming though, the All Blacks, as Brodie Retallick takes it in. Now Kieran Reid. Just not missing tackles at all. Aaron Smith again. Mialamu tries to burrow under a tackle just on England's side of halfway. He needs runners, Aaron Smith, and he's got Richie McCaw looking to finish the season on a high note. Not going too well at the moment. Here's Nonu, shovels it onto Dag. Now there's some opportunities out wide here for Corey Jane, looking to get away. Still going. Great run by Corey Jane. He's still got it. Hasn't been held yet. Now Aaron Smith. And he says it's okay. And how could it be okay?
Off your feet. Coming off your feet. Hold on.
Now the touch judge getting in there.
Hold on. Coming off the feet in the tackle area. That's what I saw. That's what I did.
Well,
back here.
Sorted it out. He said it was okay initially.
He did. I think he said it was okay because I believe the player came from the hindmost. He actually just timed it perfectly. The ball was out as Aaron Smith picked it up. Maybe got a call from the touch judge that actually the player that came just dived off. What he did was time it right, was correct entry, but was off his feet. They have to kick for touch here in New Zealand.
Boy, so much talk during the week about what you do when the points are on offer and about how New Zealand like to take the three. They need 5 now.
Here they go, as it's handed down by Whitelock to Woodcock. They haven't put all their forwards in there at the moment. With them hanging around outside. In fact, here's McCaw. Here's Carter.
No obstruction there.
Ghosting his way through. Now Aaron Smith. Off to Mialamu. Look at the white shorts swarming in. Aaron Smith again. Here's Kieran Reid on the charge. All Blacks setting it up. Now McCaw, the captain. Richie McCaw. Couple of metres short. Aaron Smith again. Quick hands. Here is Savia. Julian Savia's over. He's got it down for sure.
Okay.
They're going to check it, but I don't think there's any doubt.
Julia, can you hear me? Is there any reason not to award a try?
Rightly asked a good question, I guess. It's up to the TMO now to make that decision. And the key thing is, I guess, whether or not he landed on his side. For me, he lands on his side because he's lunging for the line. Does he get it down underneath the foot? Yes, he does. That's try time. You called it, Nisbo. Well finished, Julian Savia. He had plenty of work to do. Look at all those England defenders. There's 3 or 4 he's left sprawled on the ground. 2 try to hold him up. He's too big, he's too strong. The point of the ball is on the ground. Try time, New Zealand.
Well, I think they were just checking to see whether someone had got a boot underneath it.
Thank you.
Well, they rolled the dice. They've got the 5. Still a long way to go back.
Well, what about the charge from Richie McCaw and Kieran Reid? Two of the outstanding players for the year standing up. Here's Reid, bang, through he goes. The quick recycle, McCaw's there in a flash. He goes so very close to the line. From there, the recycle, Smith's there quick, the nice pass. Dag sets that up for Severe. He had so much work to do, but the way and the form he is in, the way he's playing, he'll score that every time at the moment.
His 11th try of the season, Julian Savia. Well, Dan Carter, 2 missed penalties in the first half. And that is on target beautifully from Dan Carter. So the All Blacks are back 15-7 and about 9 minutes gone second half.
Luke Romano on for the All Blacks in jersey 19.
Farrell kicks off, taken down by Sam Whitelock. Now can the All Blacks keep this momentum going as Aaron Smith hands it off to Messam. Kick made by Dag. He was under a lot of pressure, but here's Corey Jane on his own, and he's got an opportunity. And really it was the run by Corey Jane that sparked the whole thing. He got the pass beautifully off to Nonu. Here come the All Blacks again, and looking for space. Or Woodcock snapped up by Whitelock. It was a poor pass, and Tony Woodcock really struggled. Now England might get turnover ball here because it was a maul initially, but the All Blacks have got it now.
He did well, Whitelock.
Carter thumps it off downfield. Here's Alex Good, confronted by Savia. That's a nicely weighted kick, but Carter's underneath it, and he's claimed it. Now Dag. The All Blacks look to open. That's a wide pass. Here again is Nonu with a kick and chase. And the race is on. Nonu showing great speed to get across, but Good does well.
Great skill.
Yeah, very well done. Not out yet though. Here come the All Blacks again through Israel Dag. Inside the 22. Suddenly the game's opened up. Aaron Smith away for Carter. Quick hands required. A big thump by Luke Romano, the new man in midfield, replacing Brodie Retallick. Now Carter. Here is Jane, who's been outstanding. Looks to offload, does so. Reid to the corner. They've done it again. Kieran Reid. Corey Jane is on fire.
Oh, absolutely superb from the All Blacks. The attack, scintillating stuff, but it was all started from a poor kick. Israel Dag's kick wasn't well timed, but Corey Jane, the man you mentioned, who was instrumental in the first try, got there. Then he beat a couple of attackers, got the offload away, and from there, he was the man who again set it up. The offload, the fend, the little pop pass, that needed to go out. You'd have to think from England. Dag just decides to take the straight route. Through he goes, into Tuolangi. The recycle is very good, and then the passing and skill level from there, nice and crisp. Carter makes a good decision. Look at this from Jane though. Round one, fends off another, bounces off another, pops it up. Conrad Smith, he'll make good decisions all day, and you're not going to stop that big man that close.
Well, you go back to that kick that you were talking about. The question really is, where was Mike Brown?
He's gone.
He was nowhere, and that's what turned a bad kick into a good kick. Jane, electrifying. Boy, how much do they want it?
So, Kieran Reid gets another try. And Dan Carter. Drills another one through. 15-14. Franks kicks off again. It's Whitelock. Goes nice and early and drags it down. There it is for Luke Romano. He's had a remarkable season too, just like Brodie Retallick. Carter, not such a good one this time. And Alex Good looks across for Ben Morgan in the big number 8. Just on the All Black side of halfway. Now Farrell, indecision. In fact, it's Brown, I think it is, yep. He got out of the first one. Then lowered by McCaw. Untidy for Cole. Looking round for a few mates. Can't find anyone. The All Blacks trying to turn it over. Now here's Launchbury. And Youngs. Oh, good bust here by Brad Barrett. Barrett's on his own. Got it off to Tuolangi. Barrett gets it back. England strike back.
Oh my goodness, what a try! Well, I think it was a misread from Conrad Smith, who rushed up. Barrett hit the accelerator. I thought he could have kept going. Tuolangi did extremely well to offload, but England talk about strike back. Watch this. Here's the pass. Here's Conrad Smith goes up on Tuolangi. I'm not sure why. Watch the offload back here. He's got 2 or 3 around him out the back door. Crashes over Brad Barrett. Oh my goodness, England, that is superb. We haven't seen it so far, TJ, but when they're good, they're good.
Yeah, there was the misread there. Conrad Smith went wide on Tuolangi. It was a lovely little flick pass in field, and the South African-born Brad Barrett goes over. Boy, what a change in this game since half-time. 2 quick All Black tries, and now England replying in kind just when they needed it.
Well, the fans love it. Just when it looked as though the All Blacks were taking control of the game, England, through Brad Barrett, have hit back. He's got his first try in international rugby, and what a kick. Oh, he's bounced it off the crossbar from Owen Farrell. So it's an unconverted try. England lead by 6, and we're 16 minutes into the second half. Carter just goes the short distance. Ball bounces loose. And it's taken down by the try scorer. Nonu trying to hang on to him. Ball loose. And penalty.
Let's get away quicker.
Crowd finding their voice again.
I tell you, as we watch and we listen, in fact, I'll let you listen. This is why New Zealanders love coming here and winning. Not losing, but this is a remarkable atmosphere. The crowd are in full voice. England are on fire. But they're against the world champions, who certainly are far from giving up yet.
Young throws. He's overthrown one now. McCaw gets the bounce. So 1 each from the hookers, overthrowing the ball. And that's
back here, guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Player joined the line-up before the ball was thrown in.
Yeah,
Player joined the line-up before the ball was thrown.
As opposed to a penalty. All Blacks are appealing for a penalty there. So here's Reid. He takes a quick one. And off he goes. Gets it away to Smith. He in turn finds Savia. No room there, though. Good defence by the skipper. In fact, no, it was Launchbury.
I think Conrad Smith wanted Savia to cut back inside him there, just away from the touchline as he got it there. Watch Smith here, he's sort of angling out.
England.
I think he wants Savia, he sort of wants him to come back on the angle there.
Hold on.
England about to make their first change, and it's a familiar face. James Haskell coming on in jersey 20, and he replaces number 8, Ben Morgan.
He's had a great game, Ben Morgan. Very, very good.
So ball thrown in by Tom Youngs. Now Ben Youngs. Here's Tuolangi. Oh, he's got away from 3 or 4. Now here's an opportunity. Aston is in. scoring tries. And Chris Ashton off a brilliant run by Tuolangi.
Well, Ashton hasn't scored a try for England in a very long time. He's made the most of it with his trademark try, but he supported and loomed up on the outside of Tuolangi, but it was Tuolangi's try. He put the big fend off a start. Watch this, it's not great ball, but he puts the big fend on Dan Carter. There he goes, and then he just gets going, bang, the fend on Carter gets away from McCaw, away from Smith. Perfectly timed pass, Dag had to go in on him. Try time England, that was superb. Tuolangi, we've heard so much about the brute. What a job he did there, TJ.
Well, suddenly there are holes in the All Black defence that have not been there this year, but really credit to Manu Tuolangi. That's what they've been looking for from the big man, and he's really only delivered sporadically in his career, but boy, making that try at such a crucial stage of the game. England now, it's theirs to lose.
Here's Farrell. And no good. So he can't convert either of those two tries. 25-14. We're getting close to halfway through the second half, and there he is.
Well, look at that fend. The fend set it up. It's just beautiful. Armed players away, and then the pass was superb as well. Great skill.
But he also ran a great angle. That got him inside Nonu. The fend got rid of Carter.
Ball taken down nicely by big Jeff Parling. Now Ben Youngs. Farrell goes off on a bit of a run. He's done well to get this far. Now he gets it off to Brown. And the All Blacks missing first up tackles. Here is Rob Shaw, the captain. It's there for Ben Youngs again. Now Farrell, who's varied, is going really well today. And Dag brings it in. England there in numbers. Penalty, well, probably could have gone either way.
Yeah, I feel a bit for England there. I think New Zealand was compromised. It was a very good kick. They hit Dag, they smashed them backwards. How are you supposed to retain your feet? What are you going to do? You're moving, you're knocking the doubt there. Yeah, he's given them the benefit of the doubt. You just heard that in the mic. I think he's given them a big benefit of the doubt. It was superb from England. Great kick, great timing at the smash. They pushed Dag back about 10 metres, and at some stage it's got to go to ground, so they are probably harshly done by there. Just know from a player's perspective how that feels. It's impossible to retain your feet.
20 minutes left in Twickenham. All Blacks down by 11. Aaron Smith away for Carter, takes it to the line. Here is Savia. Aaron Smith again, quick hands for Reid. Oh, the set! It's going to be a try at the other end. Tuolangi's going to score.
Tuolangi has sparked Twickenham in 5 minutes of brilliance. He read that superbly. The pass was intercepted. From there was nobody there. Everyone was up in the line. Those faces say it all. The All Black non-stripping players read. He just reaches out a hand to Tuolangi. You can see Carter was the recipient. He didn't get it. There was never going to be anyone else here. There's Dag up in the line. He puts his head down. He knows they're trying to point him in field. He doesn't care. He just wants to dot that ball down. The big man has sparked England. New Zealand have 18 minutes to respond. Can they, TJ?
Well, they've had to make some more changes. Liam Messam has just left the field. He's been replaced by Victor Vito. And Dane Coles is on his 16 for Kevin Mialamu. But against a team that may be just down on energy, if this goes over, you'd have to think there's no coming back.
Here's the kick. And it is over. 32-14.
Just look at the All Blacks. They just stood there. There was no one really giving any serious chase.
Well, England have now scored the most ever points they've ever put on the All Blacks, actually. 31 here at Twickenham in 2002. So 32 to 14.
That was the last time the All Blacks lost here. 31-28 was the score, and that was 10 years ago.
Right, high it goes. Jane, safe as always, managed to smuggle the ball. Should be on the All Black side for Aaron Smith. Now Carter. No, in fact it's Dagg. Ghost his way through. Now it's Carter. On it goes for Xavier. Just haven't had the normal amount of space today. England have come with a good game plan. Here's Reid. Taken down by Rob Shaw. Now Romano for Woodcock. We've still got time, 16 minutes, but here's Dane Coles. Oh, dropped by Conrad Smith.
Well, I agree they've still got time, but at the moment the players that are out there are just a little bit, not shell-shocked, but a little bit lost. They need, I think Weepu's got to come on, Cruden, I think even Ben Smith's got to come on. They need, that's no disrespect to the players that are out there. Oh, we might have these changes, do we, TJ?
Yeah, change at half-back in first five for the All Blacks. Pity Weepu, 21, and Aaron Cruden at 22. England also making a change.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it's Farrell going off. And that means Freddie Burns, this exciting young player from Gloucester, will come on.
Well, I think that's a great game. He has showed composure beyond his years. Superbly led this team around the park, Owen Farrell. He should be very proud.
Well, Freddie Burns certainly talks a good game, so let's see whether he can produce one. Here is the run by Youngs. Oh, he's found a big gap again. Holes opening up all over the place here. Ashton, and he's got his way through. A very leaky All Black defence today. Here's Youngs on. It goes to Launchbury. And they've got the All Blacks are offside here. So England are likely to get 3 points anyway out of this. If they don't get a try, and they might even do that. Here's Tuolangi. Chance for Brown. Now, how long can the advantage continue? That remains to be seen. Ben Youngs. Short pass for Rob Shaw. He offloads.
Oh, great tackle.
Kieran Reid. Try-saving tackle.
Still advantage here, guys.
Still playing advantage. Here's a little kick and chase. And he's got to go back for the penalty.
Well, the way they're playing at the moment, England, they look practically unbeatable. I'm not sure New Zealand can fight their way back from this. He's got them for offside.
You've got to give them credit, England. This has been an outstanding performance. They're just coming in wave after wave. You could just sense their confidence growing in the first half. Now it's belief, and in fact, it's gone beyond that now. This is playing with a confidence and a flair that we have not seen that often from them.
And it's accurate as well. They're making the right decisions. They're balancing their passion that they've got in this crowd and behind them. It's easy to get over pumped. This is the break from Youngs. He not only made the break and gets past McCaw, the timing of the pass, Ashton made a good decision. He had a player on him early. The offloading game. Swing low, sweet chariot, all right. I tell you what, the All Blacks need to strike and strike quick. They need something to happen.
So the penalty is made.
Well, does he? I'm not a fan of this. I've never been a fan. I can understand why New Zealand will, because they're struggling. They need to play catch-up. They need guys like Ben Smith and Cruden and that out there that can just change the picture of what England's already seen. But this guy here, why not keep him out there? He's been absolutely inspirational today. He can play all day. And you've got to be careful at making premeditated changes when the game is not won, especially against a side like New Zealand. I hope he doesn't regret it, but New Zealand are going to have to do, yes, I agree, something sensational.
Well, it's the first time they've really had to chase a game all year.
And this is really chasing a game. They're 21 points behind. So 3 converted tries just to draw it.
Well, if you're thinking about how New Zealand are going to break this open, you think of these three players for me.
Sorry?
Sevilla, Corey Jane, who's just shown today that he's capable of getting the right ball, and Israel Dagg. Those players are the key players for me that can break this game open. They just need to get the right ball. At the moment, New Zealand getting beaten up front. That's the problem.
Sorry?
So England scrum, and it's a high penalty count today. That's the 20th of the match. 11 against the All Blacks, 9 against England.
Yeah, they've given up a couple at scrum time too. Including those in the first half, which helped England build that lead. Wow. 9, 12 points down, no indication of what was to follow.
Well, sorry, I can't quite hear you. What did you say? What is that?
Half-back change for England. Danny Caron and 21 for Ben Youngs, who's had an exceptional game.
He's been excellent. Those two have been fighting hard for that starting spot. Young's got it for the big one, and he certainly proved that he deserved it.
Here's Tom Youngs. He's been inspirational at hooker. Danny Kerr gets an early touch. England playing with real confidence now. They've scored 3 second-half tries. They've got another advantage, which will be in a kickable position, depending on how long he lets it go. Now, the little kick through made by Burns, and the advantage is gone. It was a penalty advantage.
Probably a harsh one.
Yeah, but have a line on.
Burns was probably going for that corner just to see whether or not he could get any change out of it and go back for the penalty. It's ended up being a good kick, which was probably his biggest problem.
Hold on. Wide, off the mark.
So Dane Cole throws. England dispute. It was knocked on by England. Now here's McCaw. Just 10 minutes left for Richie McCaw before he takes the break. He won't want to go out this way, but there's not a lot he can do about it at the moment. And the probing kick by Cruden. England playing the game at pace. Jonathan Josephs makes a run.
Good pass.
Now here's a chance for Tom Wood. And he threw the ball to Brown, who's been really good out on that left wing side today. Here's Kerr. Now Laws. Everybody wants the ball at the moment. England again, looking for another one. And it breaks down as the pass goes behind Ashton.
Oh, it's good from England. Freddie Burns has come on. His passing game there was exceptional. Finding the right players. The passes out in front. Players running onto him. Breaking New Zealand open at the moment. I know there's more changes coming up, TJ, as we watch the replays here of England.
Yeah, Ben Smith coming on in 23 for Israel Dagg. Well, this might go down as one of the best England performances of all time. They're playing a very good All Black side, and they are ripping them apart at the moment.
And they play. What they're doing is they're playing good rugby. They're playing rugby with width. They're playing with some passion and some heart at the breakdowns. Physicality is there. They're playing with accuracy, and they've not kicked the hell out of the ball all day, which is something that they've been quite famous for at times.
It's been good, all right. There's no doubt about it. Here's Nonu making a half break, but he's still inside his own 22. Now back for Aaron Cruden, and the All Blacks forced a kick claimed by Rob Shaw. Now Ashton back to Rob Shaw. I wasn't really expecting it. So we're inside the last 10 minutes, and it is going to be a famous victory for England, and unexpected too. Nonu has to make a strong tackle.
Boy, that was on Barrett. Barrett's been excellent.
Now Kerr for Rob Shaw. Here's Laws.
Advantage.
Yeah, offside against one of the All Blacks there. George Clancy picked it up.
Retrieving player.
Well,
interfered with the scrum half.
Yeah, we saw it earlier in the game. Rob Shaw's taken the shot. This time he knows what he's doing. Everyone's giving him the big cheer, but Danny Keir milked that perfectly. We saw Aaron Smith do it earlier in the game against Kobaseto, and
not really too concerned about it. Just want to make sure that your guys are not seeing off the ball when you go forward, okay?
Okay, they do stand up as well. I'm on the way. Sure. We'll do that.
Yeah.
There's Rob Shaw there just talking with the referee. As I'm going to mention, he's done the same as we have another look at this fantastic try. This really opened the game up and set New Zealand on the back foot from Barrett. From there, Tuilagi made the break, timed the pass perfectly, and in went Ashton. And New Zealand were reeling at that stage.
Another kick from Burns. 38-14.
More changes coming, and England are making them in the front row with David Price, the replacement hooker, coming on for Tom Youngs, who's had a fantastic game. And in jersey number 17, David Wilson is coming on it for, it's for Cole, Dan Cole.
I've been really impressed with Cole today, especially his work at the breakdown.
That's not gone 10.
No, that's a poor kick. And the All Blacks lucky that pass wasn't made.
Yeah, well, I think Conrad Smith got his hand on it illegally.
So England full of running. The All Blacks not even threatening at the moment. 38-14 behind. There's Kerr.
It's not often you see an All Black team reduced to trying to limit the damage, but that's what's going on out there at the moment.
Well, it looked promising early in the second half when they got it back to 15-14. Now here's Kerr again.
Took a charge
Touched by one of the All Blacks. Lined up by Smith. Oh, that's early. Yeah.
Tackle in the air. Advantage, not 10.
And the penalty now awarded.
18. It's a yellow card. Cynical player trying to slow him down from a quick tap.
So Vunipola will go to the bench. It was cynical. They were trying to get on with it, New Zealand, and he just deliberately tried to slow it down. I think Clancy recognises New Zealand's urgency to get this game going. He doesn't want any negativity out there, so that's reduced England to 14. This will test their resilience. Even though the game is over, they'll want to keep their line intact. They've done well of late, particularly. They won't want New Zealand to fight their way back into this game.
So Cole throws. Pass delivered. Here's Famawina. He gets it off to Vito. He in turn hands it to Nonu. The All Blacks looking to salvage something. Quick hands required here. And Smith gets it off. And Savia gets another one. They'll take it. They know it's not enough. But a little bit of class shown there by the All Blacks as they run in their third try. And it's 38-19.
Well, watch the offload here. I think it's from Vito. There it is there. Vito, the offload. That was perfect. That got Nonu away over the advantage line. The recycle from there is quick. Wipu does very well. Nice hands there from Romano. Smith, he'll always make a good decision. And Sevilla, the try scorer, like I said, he knows how to find his way to the line at the moment.
All Blacks have only ever been beaten by 20 or more points in the test once, and that was by Australia. And that's a good kick.
TJ, I think the big problem that New Zealand have found today is defensively, no team has played like this attacking-wise against them for a long time. No one's taken the game to New Zealand, used the ball, offloaded in the tackle, not kicked it away to them all day, and I think they've sort of struggled to get their head around that.
Yeah, I think it's all due to the confidence that England gained through keeping the All Blacks scoreless in the first half, building the points up, and then getting a good start in the second. The belief, you could just see it coming into their game.
Well, they want to get another one. They're running out of time. Just under 4 minutes on the big clock at Twickenham. As Wipu hands it off to Vito. Now here they come again through Nonu. Wipu wants it quickly. Now he's got it. And off goes Aaron Cruden on a searching run. Well, the ball's been turned over. It's been lost forward. So England get it back. In fact, it was knocked on. So England.
Advantage over.
Advantage is gone because it was just a knock-on advantage. Here's Wood, who's been another one of the outstanding starting forwards today. There's a drop kick. Mike Brown wanting to get himself on the score sheet.
It's a good option. It's a time-wasting option, isn't it? These are all seconds, important seconds ticking away. Like I said, England have been smart and accurate all day.
So Cruden goes short in the hope that the All Blacks can regain. And they can't because Wood's got it. Under 3 minutes left in the game. As David Pace
off your feet.
And
sealing off.
England off their feet.
Here you go.
3 tries each, but England will be well worth their win when it finally comes. They established it in the first half with a 12-0 advantage. They extended that to 15-0. Here's Wepu. Works it off to Reid. Jane. Now here's Victor Vito. The typically athletic runner. And he got it off to Reid with a great pass. He lays it back in turn. Now Vito's there. Here's Nonu. Nonu, only 5 or 6 metres away, looking to finish with a bit of a flourish, even though the game's lost and the pass is wild. Well, they've shown glimpses of it today, but only glimpses.
When it's not your day, it's not your day, and they'll tell you that much as well. It pleases them to see the All Blacks faltering and not quite as clinical as they've been all year.
England lapping this up. Standing ovation for an All Blacks mistake. You've got to say, at least in the All Blacks defence, that they have not stopped trying to score. They're still trying to play. They're getting well beaten here.
6 wide, you're coming off. 6 wide.
But they're still trying to score tries and should have had another one there. Tom Wood, the hooker, been named player of the match.
Let's go.
Looks like Dan Cole has to come back on for England.
Okay,
yeah, well, they're down to 14 men, obviously, so with Vunipola in the sin bin, they'll need to replace that front rower, and Wood is the man making his way off. That's him there. He's been the England loose forward trio, the much maligned loose forward trio. They're outshadowed by this All Black one, have dominated today. They've been the ones in the limelight. They've been excellent, all 3 of them.
Yeah, sorry, Tom Wood, the flank, not the hooker.
White down too early. Leave the ball, White.
Well, it could be a record-losing margin. The All Blacks can fix that, though, in the last couple of minutes.
Advantage in that 10.
Currently the 13-0 win.
Good. No advantage, not 10.
England's best against the All Blacks back in 1936. But here are the All Blacks at least trying to close the margin, even though the game is lost. Here is Nonu. Laid it back for Savia. Cruden had a good crack at the gap there. Couldn't quite make it. Now Wepu. Savia. White lock. Knocked on. Play on. And this time Victor Vito can't haul it in.
Yeah, they're coming back for a penalty, though.
Oh, they were in big time there, were they not?
They're determined to have the last say.
They are.
I mean, this defeat doesn't ruin what has been a tremendous year for this side. It's a bum note to end it on for sure, but they at least want to have the last say.
Well, the big clock counting down. Here's Charlie Faumuina. Now, can the All Blacks finish with a try? There's Wepu. Hands it up for Crockett.
Hands out wide.
It's going to be a famous England win. Here goes Savia. Julian Savia ghosting across. Here's Nonu Faumuina driving. Holding him up close to the line.
Held up, guys.
And held up, and that'll be the end of the game. He's having a close look, George Clancy. And the game is over. A famous and deserved victory for England at Twickenham.
coverage from Twickenham of England versus the All Blacks was proudly brought to you by Hyundai New Zealand.